what we're going to be talking about is a conscious stream of thought about movies. Originally, we were going to try starting to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street, and things wound up kind of getting a little ahead of us, so we had to edit this. So if you notice there's some spots where there's some editing, maybe I'm not sitting in the same spot on the sofa as I was before. The reason why is because we had already started going with the camera on, getting ourselves psyched up to start talking, and we started talking about everything. So many people are being so selective about what movies that they're seeing nowadays because you're paying so much to see a movie. I mean, the ticket alone is like $10 at least. I mean,
with all the crap that Hollywood's been
$11
theaters too.
$11 basically, and then on top of that, if you want a drink, you're paying another $5 for this Mountain Dew or whatever. I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, we got a theater with a Starbucks. I can at least get some sort of like iced Frappuccino or something like that. But still, you think about it. You want a burger? You want fries? It's like $9-10 alone. You can get a burger and fries just about anywhere for like $5. I mean, now you're adding $9 for just the burger, for another $4 for the fries, another $5 for the drink. I mean, you're paying an arm over the leg. 2 people go to see a movie. It's going to cost more than $30. Who wants to do that when it's going to come out on DVD literally months later? I mean, how many of us were really surprised when less than a few months after seeing Avatar in the theater, it's on DVD. That was what, 3 months? 3 months turnaround time before it was on DVD?
Yeah, and I think it's still playing in theaters too.
Yeah, you know what?
Certain theaters are still playing Avatar and they already have the DVD.
Yeah.
I think it came out on, what was it, Earth Day or something like that?
I don't know.
I think, the studio released it.
I wasn't paying attention.
You know they're going to release another DVD with all these special features. They're kind of
even
like,
aside from that, the point is, why bother seeing it in the theater for like an inflated ticket price when you can own it permanently on DVD for the same ticket price 3 months after it was released in theater? You could argue that seeing it in 3D and Avatar, okay, whatever, but still, it doesn't matter. They're already starting to put the technology as a drop-down menu function of your 3D TV that you can get. You can do, this huge TVs with 3D now. If that's the case, you can do Dolby 5.0 surround sound. You can do all that stuff. You can set up your own home theater entertainment system and own the movie and watch it that way over and over and over again. True, there won't be as much, going on. You won't have an audience all around you, which some people would say is great. True, you won't have the big giant IMAX screen, but then again, as far as I know, Avatar wasn't actually filmed for true wraparound IMAX experiences anyway. It was that
I think it was just The Dark Knight was really
it was
for the IMAX.
It was that faux IMAX where it's a huge screen, but it's not a wraparound experience where you feel like you're actually in that world. So you know what? You're still not going to get that with Avatar. Who wants to go into a theater for that? Who wants to pay every time you want to see the movie once to go into a theater for $11 plus all your concessions? Pay $30 just for an experience of seeing it in the theater, which might suck if, say, someone spilled ketchup all over the seats like it was when I went to go see a movie. Bubble gum and God only knows what other sticky shit on the ground. An audience that a whole bunch of people are like, oh no, he didn't! Oh no! Out loud, talking all the time. Someone's on their cell phone. Sometimes you can catch a whiff of someone smoking a cigarette. If you want to smoke, that's fine. I smoke, but you know what? I'm not doing it in a no-smoking establishment. I'm sorry, folks.
I always find it worse on Friday, Saturday nights when the teenagers are out there and they're talking and yapping through the whole movie. And they think that they're trying to impress each other.
Or someone comes in with a fucking baby and the baby is screaming the whole time through an R-rated movie. And it's like, well, no wonder the baby's screaming. You brought a fucking baby into an R-rated Nightmare on Elm Street movie. The jump scare music alone is going to cause them to cry. So again, what are the upsides to seeing a movie in the theater anymore when you can own the movie permanently and watch it at home? I don't really see any. If that's the case, I'm not going to bother. It's pointless. It really is. So, yeah, I think a lot of times when it comes right down to it, movies are going to find their audience upon DVD release, and that's going to be it. So I think considering this film, I think it might get a sequel. It might not get a a trilogy, but it might get a sequel if the DVD sales just fly like real quick and they're like, oh boy.
But as soon as that goes out on DVD, I'm buying it new.
I'm probably just gonna do what I normally do and just buy it used. Sorry guys, I'm gonna expect to find that used.
But I'm gonna be. I want to be first. So I'm gonna buy it new.
Well, you know the thing is, depending on the pre-order, because I'm not too far from a movie stop, and it's basically like a GameStop. And they do pre-orders, and a lot of times their pre-orders wind up kicking it down like another $5 in the price. So if it's like a $20 release and it's like $15 for and I might go ahead and order it brand new. I just I'm kind of curious just to see what hindsight is going to say. Like how many viewings is this movie going to really hold up to? Because I get a lot of movies, and I
think this movie definitely holds up and will hold up.
Well, the thing is, I get a lot of movies, and a lot of movies that I own wind up being in my collection just simply for the fact that they hold up to many, many, many repeat viewings. For me, anyway. Hot Fuzz is one of them. Shaun of the Dead is one of them. Three Amigos. I'm thinking like Flash Gordon and...
recently I watched Team America World Police.
Oh yeah,
and I thought that held up to repeat viewings. I couldn't really watch it for a second or third time.
I thought it was...
I really like the movie. The movie's great, but I just thought it was a little slow, and I just couldn't
one of the things about Team America that winds up making it not hold up for repeat viewings is a lot of the political commentary of the time.
Oh yeah.
Political... the politics, everything like that changes over time, so, you don't wind up getting it to match up the same way, Oddly enough, considering the state of everything in America right now, I think V for Vendetta holds up really remarkably well. I'm starting to like that movie a lot more now because
you always complained about that movie.
Well, no, because the thing is, at the time they were talking about the American Civil War and everything like that, and I was like, this is bullshit. But then, as things go along, I'm like, I can totally see that happening now. About the only few things that I thought were stupid were they basically turned V into like a superhero.
Oh yeah.
In the comic book
you got everybody wearing the masks, marching, which was kind of stupid.
I'm sorry.
And, the comic book was a lot better, where the girl was being trained to take over his place and kind of lead the revolution.
Not even just that. V in the comic books is an anarchist.
Yeah.
The whole point of his character was to tear down the system, even if it means a whole bunch of innocent people getting killed, and allowing the survivors to rebuild the system, and they better hope they got it right, because he left a prodigy or his successor behind to be able to go ahead and tear it all down again if it needs to. And, it was a definitely different story. I think Alan Moore was right when he said that it was about Britain, and it was about anarchy, and it was not an anti-Bush message.
Oh yeah,
they basically turned it into an anti-Bush movie, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to defend Bush. No one is going to be able to get me to defend him. But at the same time, it's not the point of the book, and to make it the point of the movie and changing the main character into pretty much a superhero is kind of lame. You don't.
It was still an enjoyable movie.
No, and it was. And
the book.
I think the political commentary on it actually fits now a lot better than it did then when the movie was made. Oddly enough, as people in America get more and more discontent, I'm starting to I could totally see that happening now.